proclaim that the effort worth offering, the undivided effort, the singular effort, the effort that matters is what? The effort of getting into the vortex, the effort of alignment, the effort of feeling good, the effort of ease, the effort of the vortex. Today, no matter where I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, it is my dominant intent to look for what I'm wanting to see. I'm going to distract myself from things that trouble me. I'm going to pamper myself into alignment. I'm going to soothe myself into alignment. I'm going to love myself into alignment. I'm going to treat myself so good it's going to be impossible for me not to be in the vortex. And then I will uplift the world. In every moment that you are experiencing life, you are causing an expansion, and the larger part of you is expanding. In other words, you cannot look for a moment at something unwanted without an equivalent desire emanating from you in a vibrational pattern. And as it emanates from you, the larger part of you, who is vibration, complete vibration, receives the information of request and gives undivided attention then to the prosperity that you are asking for, or to the improved bodily conditions that you ask for. Let's take it to a place that you can understand even a little more clearly. This is true of every consciousness. And your body is made up of trillions of cells who are made up of consciousness. So maybe you ingest something, maybe you're exposed to something, maybe it's a bacteria, maybe it's a fungus, maybe it's what you would call a germ, maybe it's what you would call a disease, maybe it's what you would call a substance that your body is not good at acclimating to, maybe you ate something disagreeable, couldn't tell by reading the label because none of that makes sense anymore. You ingested something that your body was not accustomed to and didn't really want, and so some cells in your body immediately got out of whack. You know what it's like to take a negative hit? So some cells in your body got a little out of whack, but in the moment of their perception of imbalance, they ask for balance in that moment. Trillions of consciousness within your body asking for improvement in the moment of awareness that something got a little off. And in the moment that this happened, whether it's a one-celled organism or many cells in communication in your body, when that cellular request happened, in other words, your cells took the bounce, know what they don't want, know what they do want. In the moment that that request is set forth, the non-physical part of you, the energy that creates worlds, begins flowing in response to that request, and an immediate balance occurs. Immediate, instant manifestation. This is happening in your body all day long, every day. You don't even know how well this factory, this vibrationally based consciousness factory called your physical cellular body, is coming into balance all day, all day, all day, all day, all day, all day. But then let's say you got something you're mad about or worried about or pushing about. So you've been in this sort of problematic mode for a while where you're really poking around at the problem, even though solutions are framing up for you and happening. And as you, as the captain of this cellular ship, are focused in this negative way where the predominant emotion within you is one of worry or anger, you cause a vibrational resistance in the communication of this vibrational body that is yours. And even though your cells know exactly what they want and need and are asking from a place that they can be answered exactly, you're in the way. And we call that resistance. We call it resistance, and you know when you're doing it because negative emotion is present. Negative emotion is present at first. If you keep it up, the negative emotion gets stronger. If you keep it up, you begin to feel physical sensations. And if you keep it up longer, then your physical body begins to be labeled in medical terms with all kinds of diagnoses that are nothing more than indications of resistance. And resistance is only a problem to you because it prevents communication between who you or part of you, we're talking about the cellular part of you, has become. We will agree that if you're tentatively in your vortex, that almost anything can snap you out of it. But if you got in, and you got in on purpose, and you milked it, and you proclaimed that you were there, and you acknowledged how it is you got there and why it is you were able to stay there, you won't easily be pulled out of it. And when you are pulled out of it, you'll know how to get right back in. So if you spend more time in the vortex, it is very unusual when you get pulled out. If you spend more time out of the vortex, it's very unusual when you're able to get in. So it's just a matter of how much time. And there are a lot of people who claim vortex-dom more than they really should. Because it's not about the smile on your face, and it's not about even the words that you're speaking. It's about the song in your heart. It's about the glee in your being. It's about the vitality that you feel. It's about the enthusiasm for life, you see. And if once you tune yourself to the frequency of the vortex and get hooked on it, we want you to get hooked on your vortex, hooked on it. We want you to be addicted to the vortex, addicted to it to the degree that it's just so off when you're not in. You see the world as it exists, where you go to work and you watch people driving in their cars, and they don't look all that happy about their cars, and they're listening to stuff, but they don't look that interested in what they're listening, and they go to work and they're not that much interested in work, and they can't wait to go home, but they're not much interested in going home. And then somebody says, let's go to a ball game, and they have a moment of glee. Woo! Drunk, and their team won. But in comparison with how much was going on in their life, it was just a little bit of time in the vortex, and most of the time not even trying to be in the vortex. You get what we're talking about? So when someone says, I struggle to get in and I have a hard time staying in, and it's only because you have not practiced it enough that the in the vortex vibration dominates. But when it does, there will be a tipping point on the fulcrum of your life where things that you've been waiting for what felt like a very long time will come, and they will come so easily you will laugh at the absurdity of your having held them away so long. In other words, the work, this is where it's at. It's getting into the vortex where everything that you are and everything you want is. But you just gotta figure out on your own how to get in and then how to stay in. Don't ask someone else. There is a tendency as humans to want to find something that makes you feel good when you see it. But then you become those who just look around for good things, and when you don't find them, then you're all bummed out and out of control. So we are really not very often wanting to be very cooperative in providing for someone a thought that just makes them feel good when they listen to us. We so much would rather that you conjure it, that you find it, that you carve it out, that you own it, that you practice the vibration of it, that you practice the vibration of it until it is yours, until it is who you are, until it is your proclivity, until it is your nature, until it is just who you are, until you are just optimistic, until you are just sure of yourself, until you are just expectant of good things to come. And once you've trained yourself just even slightly in the direction of that, avalanches of well-being will come to shore up your awareness that you are indeed on your path. And the leverage is the power of the universe that you have taken the time to line up with in order to allow the universe to do all the work of assembling all of the cooperative components. Effort that is offered in action by most people is the effort of trying to make things cooperate, make things line up. But when you take the time, and it's very little time comparatively speaking, to get into the vortex, what happens is law of attraction does all the work, just like gravity holds you on your chair. And as law of attraction has already assembled the cooperative components, and now because you're in the vortex, you have become a cooperative component. Now what happens is you feel wonderful. You're glad to be alive. Your day unfolds perfectly. You have activated and engaged the energy that creates worlds and are flowing it through your experience. And that's what every one of you intended to do. Now we want to go back to something that we said at the very beginning of this day. Friends, that's who you are. That's what's in your vortex. Anything less than that is gonna bum you out. That's the way you're supposed to feel. That's the way life is supposed to go for you. And anything less than that is off the path of who you are, you see. Can you feel what non-physical is like in a new and vivid way? And do you get that it's only an emotional journey away for you? And have we convinced you that you are vibrational in nature? And can you feel a new desire moving within you of aligning with the fullness of who you are? Do you feel a new appreciation for the contrast that maybe at the beginning of this gathering you thought you could do with a little less of? Don't you like the expansion that is being born for you, through you, by you? Aren't you willing to let go of the pettiness of physical life that's sort of been bogging you down and holding you back? Aren't you just eager to start loving, which is natural to you, and living that love, which is natural to you? Don't you find yourself just exhilarated about the idea of being source energy in physical form, moving around this physical time-space reality for the express purpose of taking thought beyond? Don't you just adore being such important catalyst to the expansion of this universe? Don't you feel proud for the part you've played? Don't you just love the others with whom you share your planet? And isn't their variety and diversity just the most wonderful thing? Don't you just love in ways that you cannot even define in words the balance that all of the different beliefs and interests and desires hold? Can't you feel the power of that balance? Don't you just love that out of all of that variety is born this vibrational reality that is the future of that which you call life on planet Earth? Doesn't it feel good to you that you are fulfilling your purpose in the way that you meant, that you came into this body and that you exposed yourself to the contrast and that you have been part of the expansion? And don't you just love knowing that not only have you been an important part of the expansion, but that you can make your claim on the expansion that you've carved out here and now? Don't you love knowing the eternal nature of your being? Don't you just love knowing that you will never, ever, 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 ever come to an end? Don't you love knowing that you didn't come here to get something done, but instead you came for the thrill and the joy of being part of the process? Don't you just want to walk up to all people in all parts of the world, no matter where they stand and what they're doing? And don't you just want to say to them, thanks for your part. I don't really understand your life. I don't even know where you come from. I don't even understand why you want what you want. But thanks for being the different part that plays the different role that adds to the future that we are all about. Don't you want to say to everyone, I'm glad to know that this vortex of creation that we have all carved out has well-being of such huge proportion that none of us, even if all of us collectively, humanly, got out of the vortex at the same time, that we could not set off the balance of well-being that is certain for all of us. Don't you love knowing that life will continue to 20,012 and beyond and beyond and beyond and beyond and beyond? And does anything else make any sense to you? Don't you feel the power of this vortex of creation? And can't you feel that it's queued up for more and more and more and more and more? Don't you love knowing the eternal nature of your being? And aren't you eager to just carve out your joyful part in the moment? Aren't you ready to put down your burdens and stop struggling to defend and defend and guard against and take wrong things and make them right? Aren't you ready to embrace the rightness in all things while you pick out the specific things that are particularly of interest or desire to you? Don't you love knowing that you don't have to fix this planet, that you don't have to fix one other thing, that not one person needs to do one thing different? Don't you love knowing that you have perfect government and so does everyone else? Don't you love knowing that you have perfect gender and so does everyone else? Don't you love knowing that the diversity of religion and the diversity of beliefs and desires are perfect as they are? Doesn't it just take a big load off your shoulders to realize that things do not have to change in order for you to be?